Hey everyone and welcome back. So we've got a couple of quick announcements to get to. So first off, Severin has announced two of titles that are going to go up for order during their Black Friday sales. Now there's going to be several titles, but they've announced these two so far. So the first one is the film The Bloody Pit of Horror from 1965, an early Italian horror film which is coming with an exclusive slipcover as well as a few extras, including an audio commentary track with filmmaker David Decotu and film historian David DeVal, an alternate opening sequence, as well as the trailer. And this is coming from a brand new transfer from the original uncut negative, which was recently discovered in Rome. And then the other announcement so far is the film Black Candles from 1982. This film is going to have a new transfer from the uncut version, and it is going to come with some extras, including an audio commentary with Ronnie Barnett and Troy Ginn, hosts of Nashi Cast, La Dama del Fanterror, La Dama del Fantaterror, La Dama del Fantaterror. Why am I having such problems pronouncing that? Documentary short on actress Helga Linne by filmmaker Diego Lopez. Made by the Devil, interview with Gavin Baddeley, author of Lucifer Rising. An Exception to the Norm, interview with Antonio Lazaro Rebol. Oh, not another one of those days where I'm mispronouncing everybody's name. And some of these are Spanish names, so I should actually be ashamed of myself. Now, these are just two of the announcements. There will be more as we get closer to the Black Friday sale, so I'll definitely keep you updated on that. Now, next up, we have a new announcement from Synapse. For many, many years, a lot of us have been requesting this title, and it sounded like it may not happen, but luckily it finally is. So out of the blue, Synapse has announced that they are indeed releasing on Blu-ray the movie Thriller, a cruel picture, also known as They Call Her One Eye here in the States. I know I've been wanting that film for a long time because I'm a big fan of Christina Lindberg. It's going to have the uncut version of the film as well as the original Swedish language audio with newly translated removable English subtitles, as well as an alternate English dub soundtrack, multiple still galleries including rare behind the scenes images, and some spicy photos of Christina Lindberg. Theatrical trailers, a TV spot, some outtakes, an alternate harbor fight sequence, plus Thriller, a cruel lab mistake, rare photos from an unused fight sequence that was ruined by the film lab during production. That's something I can relate to. I had that happen on one of my film projects. The lab actually ruined like a whole days of filming. It was a disaster. So, I feel for them on that one. Also, Thriller, the story in pictures, as well as a reversible cover art from Wes Ben-Scotter. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. So that was also the cover that was used on the older DVD release. So this is due out March 8th. It is up for pre-order right now on the Synapse website as well as Diabolic. I know put it up. Should be up on other places like Amazon and whatnot pretty soon. So definitely one I am super excited about. I've been waiting on that release for years. Next up, some news from Scream Factory. So they've announced the extras coming on their release of the Mel Brooks comedy Dracula Dead and Loving It, which is due out November 23rd. And is going to have an interview with Mel Brooks on Dracula Dead and Loving It, the making of Dracula Dead and Loving It, a theatrical trailer, TV spots, and is going to have a commentary track with Mel Brooks, Steven Weber, Amy Yazbek, Rudy DeLuca, and Steve Haberman. And again, that is due out November 23rd. Also coming from a Scream Factory next year, granted, I'm going to put this in rumor only because it hasn't officially been announced, but this has sort of unofficially been announced. I did mention this in a previous video, just not a news video, so I'm going to mention it here. But they are indeed going to be releasing 4K versions of John Carpenter's The Fog, as well as Joe Dante's The Howling. Now, both of those have been previously released in 4K from Studio Canal in the UK. The Fog came out, I think, like 2 years ago. The Howling just came out, and I did watch it, and it looks great. So I believe it's probably porting over that transfer. Hopefully with The Fog, they can do new compression because the Studio Canal release of that had blockiness and artifacts everywhere. So the foundation transfer was great. It was just poorly compressed for a 4K disc. Another one that is supposedly in the works as well for next year, so probably around that September-October timeframe, they are going to be it looks like they're going to be doing the rest of the Halloween films in 4K. So they just released 1 through 5, and it looks like next year then they're going to be doing, I assume, 6, basically the rest that were also in the Halloween box set from a couple years ago. So all of the Miramax ones. Now, the other thing I'm not 100% sure on is where the 2 Rob Zombie films are going to be included in that or not, because I know that one has slightly different rights issues than the previous Miramax ones did. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, we have a little bit of time before we get to next fall. And also yesterday, from when I'm doing this recording, hopefully when I'm posting this video, was the 39th anniversary of Creepshow. As some of you know, it's one of my favorite films. It's one of the films that actually got me into horror. In fact, I'm wearing one of my Creepshow sweatshirts right now. Now, I've not heard anything about this. I'm just sort of throwing this out there. Next year is obviously the 40th anniversary of Creepshow, so I'm kind of hoping maybe we could get a 4K release of it next year. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to do. It wouldn't be easy. I mean, doing a 4K release is not easy, but it technically wouldn't be hard because they can use the existing 4K master that they used for the Blu-ray from just a few years ago, because there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to probably clean it up just a little bit more and do obviously an HDR pass, but I would love a 4K release of that next year. So yep, fingers crossed for me. Speaking of Creepshow, Neca also announced that they have some Creepshow figures coming this year. They did release this teaser photo of the Spectre, nicknamed Raoul. You know, I think he was nicknamed that on set, kind of like the way Fluffy was nicknamed. Not officially the name in the film, but I'm so happy about these. Obviously, you know me, I'm gonna buy all of them. Because, you know, anything Creepshow, I'm going to grab. So that's it for this news video. Just wanted to kind of mention these real quick. Obviously, we're going to have a lot more announcements, too, as we start getting a little bit closer to Black Friday, because I believe almost all the companies also have their own Black Friday sales and their own exclusives and everything. So a lot to get to in the next couple weeks. So definitely let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.